Theo here with Amateur Sports TV. Directly beside me is Cameron Craig, the general manager of the St Boniface Riels. Cameron, a special night tonight. Tell me how the boys. Pretty excited.
Yeah, we're excited. A lot of work put into this, and it's good. It's been a long year. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and it's good just to get together with our sponsors, our support families, and pretty much the backbone of this organization, right?
Absolutely. So we heard earlier that there's a lot of youngsters on the team, a couple of players aging out. What do you look forward to next year with the returning players and building on their success?
A lot of good character, a lot of speed. It's going to be a fast team. We lose some very, very, very important pieces to our puzzle. But I think that our players in line and the players coming into this program, our prospects, are going to be able to step up and fill the void. And just building off of a lot of successes that came in what might have not been the most successful year this year.
Absolutely. So we're going to build on the speed. We'll build on some of the character. We'll talk about character. A couple of years back, the St Boniface Riels got involved with a program involving anti-bullying. Can you tell me the beginnings of that project and where we're at today?
Yeah, you know what? Junior hockey is all about the community. I mean, it's obviously a great place for our young men to play hockey at the highest level while pursuing the more important things in life, which are school, work, and family. In saying that, though, when you have a repertoire of such good kids, it would be a shame to hold them out of the community. So we wanted to find the best way to utilize our kids within the community. And to be blatantly honest, I kind of stole the idea from what the school divisions have been doing with their anti-bullying program, their end bullying, their Wear Pink. And I looked into Hockey Manitoba, Hockey Winnipeg, and there wasn't as much as I would have expected to be on the matter. So what kind of started with a couple visits, because of the character and because of the young men we have and the way that they represented themselves with especially the young kids in the community, it just kind of built and took off. And last year we ended up doing about 17 teams, over 300 kids, and this year it took off to another level.
So with those 300 kids you worked with in the anti-bullying program and the Wearing Pink, how did the players develop their own feelings about the anti-bullying program, and how were they able to work with those communities and see firsthand the differences they were making?
I think that immediately, these kids at this age, they don't understand how important they are, especially in the eyes of some of our young kids within St. Boniface Minor Hockey. Sometimes it takes for them to go into a room and to have somebody kind of acknowledge the way they speak, the way they act, and you can see it kind of click with our kids how big of role models they are to these young boys and girls, and then they just keep feeding off of it, right? And it's great to see, and it's great to put our kids in a setting that kind of relearns the lesson that bullying in the workplace and schools, they need to be reminded of this too. And whatever message our kids send, they're going to send it in a good way. But I think we've really adapted to this campaign that we have started, and they do enjoy it.
That's great to hear, and especially when you talk about building for future endeavors, not just with hockey, but with the workplace and with their own secondary education and dealing with friends and family. It's such an amazing amount of energy that's needed, but more importantly, the effect is truly great as well. We're here at the awards ceremony, and there's also going to be another great mention of the beginning of a new campaign. Would you be able to tell us about that, Cameron, a little bit?
Yeah, it kind of happened over the last couple of weeks here. We teamed up this year with Red Cross, their End the Hurt program, a phenomenal group of people here in Winnipeg who put their heart and soul into the school system and to sports around Manitoba. But the thing about the Red Cross is that there's so much that has to be done in the world. And sometimes you have to redirect your focuses onto other things. And unfortunately, they're not going to be able to focus on their End the Hurt program anymore. So they're going to be going away from that bullying aspect. I found that out actually last week when I returned home, because we have done a lot of fundraising for the Red Cross and the Hurt, which are just the nicest people in the world, and they told me this, and of course you understand it, because I can't imagine how much a nonprofit organization like that has to comprehend when it comes to making other people's lives better. In saying that, they've given me the opportunity to fully learn their phenomenal curriculum to the best of my ability, so that I will be able to further educate it. So what we did is we decided we would also redirect too. We're going to end our anti-bullying campaign, and we are starting the Riels Anti-Bullying Foundation.
So that is going to be effective this upcoming spring. And the Riels anti-bullying program is going to be a continuation and a redirection, as you mentioned. Any more bits and pieces you want to tell us real quick, or is it still in the works in the campaign?
As of right now, we have a set plan right now to start. The plan is to stay the course within the community of St. Boniface with our young men in the community, trying to make change, trying to connect with St. B minor hockey, and if it need be, schools, other athletics organizations. But what we're going to go further in that is that myself and the other executives of the new foundation that we are starting, now that we have this newfound education with the curriculum that Red Cross came up with, we're going to be a resource for anybody in Sport Manitoba that may be encountering certain things that are happening within their sport organization, whether it's 7-year-old girls soccer, whether it's MMJHL hockey. We want to be a resource, a phone call, a visit, to make sure that we can really keep going what the Red Cross started, because they really did such a phenomenal job, and I want to do whatever we can to make sure that what they built continues.
Well, Cameron, that's fantastic news. An amazing program, an amazing insight into helping youngsters with their future idols and their friends that are a little bit older. Congratulations. The Riels anti-bullying program campaign will begin effective immediately and will be bright and strong, I'm sure, with the foundation created. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.